So, what did I purchase? Because you can't go to a yarn festival and not buy anything. I think it's impossible. Like, I took my mum, who's never been to a yarn festival before, and she was overwhelmed, but she still came away with something, you know. But she's like, there's so much choice, I don't know what to choose. And I think I've got her onto knitting socks, so. She was like, why would anyone knit socks? You need to knit some socks, Mum, and then you'll know. Then you'll know. So she's knitting socks. And talking about purchases, I have made a purchase for myself and my husband regarding socks, and a certain somebody's small socks pattern, which hasn't released yet. It hasn't even got a tester, but I've got the yarn ready. It's the thread's small socks. So I purchased 2 yarns. First one I purchased was from the Urban Pearl, who I haven't purchased from before. Okay, and if you know the Peter Jackson smorg, you know that they are like a browny grey with tiny hints of red. I thought, this is smorg. This is smorg. It's actually called Urbanite. It's 100% superwash merino. But what is it? Is it gonna focus? Don't focus on my face. There we go. If I hide, sorry, it's a new camera, I'm getting used to it. So if I hide my face, it shows the yarn. There we go. That's what I've got to do. I've got to hide every time now. So what do I hold with this? And I was like, you know, I'll think about it. It's got maybe something colour-wise, like his eyes or his fire, you know, usual stuff. And then I came across the most perfect yarn. I don't think I could have found a better yarn. I don't think it's possible. It's by Creative Anarchy, and it's named after another character I absolutely adore, and like, it's hurt me inside not to purchase May All Your Bacon Burn yarn. I can't remember the dyer. I will put it down below, but they're in the US and it would cost me more in postage than to buy the yarn, so I haven't purchased it, and it hurt me inside. But this is calcifer. If you know calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle, so it does look like a calcifer, I must admit, but also screams smorg to me. You know why? I'm going to get closer. It has gold sparkles in it, but not itchy squitchy ones, just little flecks, not huge amounts, just enough. And it just reminded me of the scene in The Hobbit where the dwarfs are running and hiding on the bridge under the mountain, and Smorg goes over them and all the gold falls down. It just reminded me so much of that scene. So I was like, Smorg! So Smorg socks, got them sorted. I'm ready, Nicole, I'm ready. No pressure. But yeah, totally ready for Smorg socks. So very happy about that. And yeah, considering this has got gold thread, like gold in it, it's not at all itchy. I get irritated quite easily, but no issue. So yeah, so this base is Night Sky. The fibre content is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% gold stellina, and you get 400 meters per 100 grams, and that's Creative Anarchy, who, if you notice, probably on the, you'll probably notice on the thumbnail, I'm standing next to a ghost horse in the flesh. That is the Creative Anarchy's ghost horse, and I was so excited to see one, just to see it. I have started mine. I will show you next time. It is stunning. I cannot wait to show you. Okay, yeah, so that's for Smorg socks. Happy about that. Now the next two I've purchased without anything in mind. Oh, kind of, like, I'm debating how many horse jumpers one should be knitting at the same time, especially if they're by the same person. So Ghost Horse, if you know, is by Caitlin Hunter, but I also like her other one. What's it called? I bet it's just called Horse or something. Nay, it's called Nay. Close. Yeah, and I really want to knit that. But again, how many horse jumpers can one knit by the same pattern designer in 1 month? I need to think it through. But this would be a good horse colour. Again, Madrigal Yarns, new collection based on his mum's love of sweets, which I thought was adorable and so sweet. Excuse the pun. This is called Pecan Nickel, and it's just a hide-in. It's just a lovely combination of warm browns and creams with speckles, like dark brown speckles, like the perfect autumn yarn. Can you see a theme? Am I fully in autumn yet? It's the 3rd of August. What am I doing? Yeah, so this is 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon, and it is the softest yarn. Like, the vest that I knitted out of Madrigal was a joy to knit with. It's such a beautiful yarn to knit with. It's so soft, like no issues with it at all. And the result is stunning. I got so many compliments, you know. I was like, oh, thank you. So I could make another vest out of this one and have an autumnal vest, or I could use it for the colour work for NAZE as the big horse, or I could use it for colour work for something else. I'm not sure. I need to think about it. But yes, beautiful reddy browns, just gorgeous. And he was an absolute delight to talk to. I could quite happily talk to him again. So go check out Madrigal Yarns. My next purchase. I'm not going to tell you what I'm making with this. I know what I'm making with this, but I'm already thinking about my gift knits. So okay. So this is made by the Knitting Shed. Yes. From one of the interviews, and I seen it on their Instagram, and I was like, I know someone who would love that. And this is a clue. Oh, I'm hiding. There we go. Yes, William Morris. This one is Honeysuckle, and they have done a fade set based on this beauty. And yeah, what yeah, so I can't wait to get knitting on that. And it's really soft as well. But yeah, really lovely speckles in there. It's not too variegated, and just a beautiful fade. I love how it goes from blush pink down through to peach to green. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful gift, and I love the idea of it. The person in question loves William Morris, so I think hopefully she doesn't watch this podcast, but I think I've knitted it out of the park with this. Sorry, couldn't resist. I make myself laugh. My last acquisition, I didn't actually purchase at the Yarn Festival. I know. And I could leave it till my next podcast, but to be honest, it kind of fits the theme. And yeah, I've gone for another brand. So a lovely viewer mentioned on my podcast, or was it on Instagram? I really should have checked this before I came on. They talked about BIRDSTREET yarns, and I honestly thought, when I've seen the BIRDSTREET yarns on Instagram, just in social media, they were from America. I don't know why I thought that. Like, they've got incredible branding, you know, lovely branding, but I thought they weren't from England. I don't know why. Nothing wrong with England branding, but it's so clean and crisp, and I just thought, like, it's professional yarn dyers, US. No, it's not. It's professional yarn dyers in the UK. So after learning from my mistake, I thought I'll give them a whirl. This one is for the new collection, autumn collection, called Falling For You, and it's just gorgeous caramelly, oh, autumnal berry. I'll hide again. There we go. Oh, this is going to be fun, having to hide every time. Ooh. Yeah, you don't want to see my face, you want to see the yarn, so I need to hide. Yes, so good, like dark purples, burgundies, caramel, brown, oof, just. So I either make an autumnal vest out of this one, or I make an autumnal vest out of this one. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I'm spoilt for choice. This, you get quite a lot of yarn with this one actually. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 4-ply, and it's 100 grams. You get 125 meters, which is quite nice. A cheeky 25 meters in there, so all good. Yeah. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I know it's not as long as it normally would be, but I thought there's lots of footage. I just wanted you to get a whole vibe of the Summerwool Festival and all the amazing things that you can see there. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. My mum really enjoyed it. Definitely go back again next year. Really, like, honestly, if you're a knitter and you've never been to a yarn festival before, it's like going to a big warm hug. It sounds ridiculous, but that's what a yarn festival is like. Everyone is lovely. You have things in common with everybody there. Everybody's chatting. Everybody wants to know what you're knitting. Like, it was just so lovely. And yeah, I really needed that. I wasn't feeling great at the time. I'm really glad that I managed to get there, because I was just like holding on, I think. And yeah, I got there, and just everyone's so lovely. I laughed so much. I saw so many lovely yarn dyers that I hadn't heard of before, and yeah, I'm just really pleased. And yeah, something happened that I wasn't expecting, and it probably appeared on my face that I wasn't expecting this when the people in question said it. But I had a couple of people that have seen my podcast come up to me and say hello. To the lady who came up to me next to the ice cream van, I am so sorry. I was completely like, and I was looking forward to my ice cream as well. So I was just like, hi. So whoever recognised me, thank you so much. My husband was very impressed. He's like, I am now married to a famous YouTuber. It's like, no, darling, no. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy this early autumn that we're having, and hopefully next time I speak to you, it'll be a little bit sunnier. But the next couple of days is forecast thunderstorms, so that's fun. That's fun. The little cat is not about at the moment. He is off with his dad. Dad's on summer holidays, so he is dad cat now. I am unloved. But thank you so much for joining me, and I'll speak to you next week.